Schön, po. Hello? we can find this.
We find our ways and we simply never stop. Teflon is the home of the wanderers. Teflon empowers all and leaves teachers. Teflon's the oasis in the desert. Teflon is the force to move forward. We're the servant of the nation, always true in dedication. We'll never settle for the second best. We'll always strive for the very, very best. Teflon is the home of the wanderers. Teflon empowers all and leaves teachers. Teflon's the oasis in the desert. Teflon is the force to move forward. We're the servant of the nation, always true in dedication. We'll never settle for the second best. We'll always strive for the very, very best. We'll always strive for the very, very best.
Era join la gente por Morning, sí.
Okay, hello, Bu Isi and Bu Kak.
Halo Bu Pasca, suaranya agak putus-putus ya Bu.
Everyone.
Bu ini yang suaranya rapi apa ya? Aduh, ini siapa yang di mute ya? Oke.
Good morning, Bu Isi, Prof.
Ah,
Isi, how are
Kadek.
you?
Wow,
Mbak Pasca.
very well. Thank you, Bu Kadek. Thank you for being here with
Yes,
us.
yes. Thank you for the chance.
Morning all, I am Sutaryo from Cilacap.
Good morning,
Morning,
Pak.
Pak Sutaryo.
Enjoy your weekend.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bu Pasca, bisa dicoba lagi? Tadi kayak agak putus-putus ya Bu Pasca, atau signal saya yang jelek ya?
Halo, bisa Bu? Sudah.
Oh, sudah. Ya, oke. Sudah.
Oke. Ini Bapak Ibu tadi jam berapa ini tadi join ya? Dari jam berapa?
Bukan nomor 1 itu.
Bukan di nomor satu.
Speakernya nomor 1, berarti yang dapat door prize Bu Kadek. Bentar ya, saya kayaknya
Okay, so Bu Isi, I think we can start right now. Right?
yes, please Bu Pasca.
Gent. Okay, Bapak Ibu, is my audible right now? Yes, okay. So thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Before we begin the opening session, I kindly ask all participants to please stay muted to ensure that everyone can hear the speakers clearly without any interruptions. Jadi Bapak Ibu minta tolong di mute semua deh. And I'd like to inform everyone that due to the limited space, if available on Zoom, this workshop is also being streamed live on YouTube. I think you already had the information of that on the Teflin Jateng. So if you or anyone you know couldn't join directly through Zoom, feel free to watch the live stream there, okay? And you can still participate by sharing your thought and questions in the comment sections. So thank you for your understanding and support. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So good morning, everyone. So it's truly a pleasure to see so many dedicated English teachers. Welcome to this session. And I would like to
You're most welcome. It's our pleasure.
Yes, I'd like to, mention that this workshop is part of an annual event organized by the Association for the Teaching of English as a Foreign Language, Indonesia, TEFLIN, especially in the area of Central Java. So each year we come together to explore new ideas, tools, and methodologies that can help us improve the way we teach English. So, and this year, today, we are focusing on, the mindful learning in English classrooms. So I think you're going to enjoy it, everyone. And as educators, we are constantly looking for innovative ways to enhance the learning and also to make our teaching more effective. And today we're driving into one of the most exciting and rapidly evolving fields in education. So, we are having Ibu Kadek Sonia. So welcome Ibu Kadek Sonia as the speaker for today's session. Thank you for coming, Bu Kadek.
Thank you.
And also, my name is Pasca Kalisa, and I'll be your host for today's event. And also, I'd like to thank the organizing committee, Ibu Chris, Ibu Nurzaida, Ibu Isi, Ibu Sari for, organizing this event so that, this event can happen today. And also, on behalf of the committee, I'd like to extend my warmest regards to our speaker, Ibu Kadek Sonia, will be sharing, her insight, practical strategies, and maybe, the experiences in mindful learning for English classroom. And so thank you very much once again, Ibu Kadek, for being here today and for, sparing your busy schedule to be with us today.
Thank you for inviting.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like also to welcome the Central Java Teflin Coordinator, Professor Dr. Isi Yuliasri. Thank you also, Prof. Isi, for dedicating yourself to have the teachers have, the very enjoyable workshop. And, without any further ado, I would like to welcome Professor Isi to have the welcoming speech. And before that, we will sing Indonesia Raya first. So, always. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may now all be seated. So before we continue, let me remind all the participants of the house rules of today's event. So I think we can have on the screen, Bu Chris, would you please help? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the house rules. Then you need to follow, during our event today. Next, Bu Chris. Okay, the workshop committee will record the whole session. So, ladies and gentlemen, by attending this workshop, you acknowledge that your image and comments may be recorded and rebroadcast. Sorry. And during the opening session, all participants mute the microphone. And next, Bu Chris. Questions can be delivered directly in the Q&A session. So click on raise hands below the participants box, or please type your question in the chat box on Zoom by mentioning your name and organization or affiliation and the city and also the question. And here the moderator will summarize and deliver the questions to the speaker. For those joining us via YouTube, you may also ask questions through the live chat, and the committee will forward them to the speaker. The chat box is used only for asking questions, everyone. So commenting present, I'm listening, etc. is not allowed, so as to get the question started easily. The attendance list for certification will be shared at the end of the workshop. So for those joining via YouTube, you can find the attendance link in the live chat at the end of the session. And also, ladies and gentlemen, please ensure you fill out the attendance list with the correct name, your title, maybe if you need to, and email addresses to receive your certificate. So I need to tell you that failure to provide accurate information may result in a delay or inability to issue the certificate. So thank you so much. That is the house rule. I think you need to follow that during the session. Thank you so much. And this time, ladies and gentlemen, I will invite Professor Dr. Isi Yuliasri MPD as the chair of the organizing committee, and also the Central Java Teflon coordinator to give the welcoming speech. The Honorable Ibu Isi Yuliasri, the time is yours.
Thank you, Ibu Pasca. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, fellow teachers and lecturers of English of Central Java and Indonesia. On behalf of the Teflon Central Java chapter, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all participants of our workshop, Mindful Learning in English Classroom. First and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude to all of you for participating in this event. We are thrilled to have you here with us today. This workshop aims to explore the significance of mindful learning in the English language classroom. We believe that by incorporating mindful learning approaches, students can more effectively comprehend and master the English language. Throughout this workshop, you will have the opportunity to learn about the theories of mindful learning and how they are applied in the teaching of English in the classroom in our Indonesian EFL context. We have invited an experienced facilitator here, Dr. Kadek Sonia Piscayanti, who will guide us through the workshop. We are really grateful for her expertise and enthusiasm. Welcome, Ibu Kadek. Thank you. I would also like to take this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to the President of Teflon, Professor Utami Widianti, for providing the funding for this workshop. Your support has made this event possible, and we are grateful for your commitment to promoting English language teaching and learning in Indonesia. My sincere gratitude is also extended to the Teflon Central Java chapter team of the organizing committee Ibu Pasca Kalisa, Ibu Kristianti, Ibu Nurzaida, and Ibu Fauziarat Nahapsari. Thank you for the hard work in planning and organizing this workshop. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that this workshop will provide you with valuable insights and practical strategies to enhance the quality of English language instruction in your classrooms. And now, with Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, it is my great pleasure to declare the opening of the Mindful Learning in English Classroom workshop. Let us work together to explore the possibilities of mindful learning and enhance our teaching practices. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you so much, Professor Isi Yuliasri, for opening the event and also for the enlightful, speech. And thank you, very enlightening. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, as the event has been formally opened, we will soon proceed to our main agenda today. And before we begin, I'd like to remind everyone to make the most of today's session, ask questions, participate in the discussion, and most importantly, enjoy learning. And now it is with pleasure that I'm about to hand over my microphone to the moderator of today's session, to Ibu Dr. Nurzaida. The Honorable Ibu Dr. Nurzaida, time is completely yours.
Thank you, Bu Pasca. Okay, let us start today. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's workshop conducted by Dublin Central Java chapter. It is truly an honor to have all of you here as we explore the topic of mindful learning in the English classroom. I hope you are all as excited as I am for this insightful session. And before we begin, let us take a moment to appreciate the presence of our distinguished speaker, Dr. Kadek Sonia Piskayanti. We are privileged to have her here to share her expertise with us today. Now, allow me to introduce our speaker. Dr. Kadek Sonia Piskayanti is a lecturer, keen researcher on mindfulness-based education, narrative inquiry, language and literature instruction field in Ganesha University of Education, Bali. And she is a writer, art producer, playwright, and a woman activist. She is also the founder and director of Singaraja Literary Festival, the biggest literary festival in North Bali, Singaraja, that celebrates the wisdom, richness of Balinese classical literature kept in palm leaves or lontar, and bridge the past, present, and future. Her current research and work somehow bridge the gap between art and education, language and culture, self-voices and self-identity. Wow. And she has published several literary and creative works, including the poetry anthology, Burning Hair, and short story anthologies, Karena Saya Ingin Berlari, or Because I Want to Run, Perempuan Tanpa Nama, The Woman Without a Name, Mindful and Creative Learning of EFL Poetry, the compilation of theater scripts Raya Raya Cinta, as well as the play Jaya Prana Layonsari and 11 Kisah Ibu, Jaya Prana Layonsari and 11 Stories of Mothers. She has been invited as a speaker and performer at various conferences and festivals, including Ubud Writers, Readers Festivals, the Asia Festivals in Adelaide, the Asia Pacific Writers and Landsellers Conference in China, Macau, and Thailand. Performance director at the Dwijing Festival in India, creative writing workshops in Nepal, a creative writing program at Griffith University, and cultural performances in France and the Netherlands. With her vast experience and deep understanding of mindful learning. I'm confident that today's session will be both inspiring and practical, ladies and gentlemen. And that explaining, I'd like to give you a brief overview of our workshop today. This will be structured as follows. First, we'll begin with a 30-minute conceptual explanation by Dr. Kadek Sonia Piskayanti, where she will discuss the principles and practices of mindful learning in English classrooms. And then after that, we'll have a Q&A session where you can ask questions about the concepts presented by Dr. Kadek Sonia Piskayanti. And then next, we will move on to the hands-on workshop, focusing on mindful learning strategies in speaking and writing skills. It's going to be interesting, I believe. And then following that, we will have another Q&A sessions to clarify any remaining questions. And then finally, we will conclude with the reflection session to wrap up our learning. So without further ado, let us welcome Dr. Kadek Sonia Piskayanti. Dr. Kadek, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Ibu Dr. Nur Saida. Thank you very much for Prof. Isi Yuliastri, who invited me to this great event. Such a big honor for me to share my insights on mindfulness-based learning, in which it is a part of my dissertation, in which Prof. Isi was one of the promoters. And I'm glad to share some of the insights of my research on mindfulness-based learning. So allow me to share my slides on mindful learning. Okay. Okay. First of all, I would like you to, okay. We are going to have a breathing exercise. Okay. Okay, now relax. Please just be relaxed and do what I ask you. I count 1 to 3, and we will try to practice breathing. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Once again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, now touch your ear. Touch your eyes, sorry. Eyes gently. And then touch your ears gently. Once again, touch your eyes. And then touch your ears. Now, we touch our eyes and our ears because we depend so much on them in this session. Eyes and ears. Okay. Now, after that, I would like you to feel why you are here. Why are we here? Okay. Just keep in mind, yeah, breathing, and keep in mind, be rooted, why are we here? And with your eyes opened and with your ears opened, now whisper, I'm here to relearn about myself. Whisper, I'm here to relearn about myself. Okay? Whisper so that you can hear yourself say, I'm here to relearn about myself. Okay, relearn about myself, reinvent myself, recreate myself. Okay, so keep these 3 sentences: relearn about myself, reinvent about myself, and recreate myself. Yeah, okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, I'm here to relearn about myself. I'm here to reinvent myself. I'm here to recreate myself. Are you ready? Ready?
Ready.
Yes, ready.
Okay, thank you. So, if you do this before you teach, giving yourself a silent moment before you teach, like giving yourself a vibe of mindfulness before you enter the classroom, why you are here, why you are teaching, why you should do this and that. It is the starting point of mindfulness session just before you enter the classroom. And if you do it, you will find the purpose of teaching. Yeah, you will find the purpose of mindfulness itself. It is about you. It is about yourself. Okay? So next, I want you to remember, yeah, where you are from, why you are here, yeah, who you are, and who do you think you are. This very self sensitivity awareness that you could create to yourself before you come to your class, yeah, where you are from, why you are here, and then remember who you are and who do you think you are as a teacher. Give you a solid foundation about the purpose in life, about a purpose in teaching, that it is not only about delivering the material, but this is about shaping an identity in yourself first before you can shape the identity to your students. So this is about relearning about yourself before you can shape your students. So in this mindfulness session, I would like you to be very rooted about being sensitive about who you are and who you want to be and why you are here. So this is very solid foundation to your teaching later on. Next, I would like to give a small introduction. You can also do this. Yeah. I am from, I joined this because, I love to listen because, I love to learn because. This is kind of self-reflection. And I could start maybe if there is a volunteer who wants to answer this one. Okay.
Yeah. Raise hand,
Who wants
probably, the volunteer. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Volunteer, please raise hand.
Okay.
Let me see who.
Very simple question. So,
Please, Bapak Ibu, any of you wants to be the volunteer? Just raise your hand.
if Bapak
Oh.
Sukrisno, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for giving me a chance. I am Sukrisno. I'm from Ungaran. I joined this course because it is a new thing for me as a teacher, and I love to listen because I want to be a good listener and good speaker. I love to learn because I am a teacher. Thank you.
Wow, amazing. Thank you, Pak Sukrisno. I think you are a mindful teacher. Yeah,
Thank you.
this simple what is it, exercise is actually something that is maybe to us as teacher seems like ordinary, seems like everyday, but the power of words is actually the power of the knowledge. So if you are constantly aware of being a teacher, being a learner, being a knowledge seeker, you will build this from within yourself, and that your dedication is meaningful if you truly understand this. So yeah, thank you, Pak Sukrisno. So I would like to continue. I will read a poetry for you. When I was 8, I believe I will be a teacher. When I was 10, I believe I will be a doctor. When I was 12, I believe I will be whatever I want. But now I'm now here. I'm a teacher by my own choice. I love words. I love new worlds. I love words and worlds and somewhere in between. So I'm destined to be a language teacher, for language is the root of human beings, for language is the bridge of the human's ideas. Then I'm 40. I'm a language teacher. I love what I do. I do. Yet, how far could I reach words of entire worlds to bridge? I'm always curious. What are my students' words to catch my words? There are bridges to my worlds. I need to survive to be the bridge. I need to be there to catch them to go walk on their own words and worlds. And the story goes on and on until I'm 50, 60, 70, and on and on and on. Okay? So this poetry is actually about my childhood. When I was when I was 8, I always mesmerized by the presence of my teacher. And I will, what is it? Back then, I was wondering how wonderful it will be, yeah, if I am a teacher. But then when I was 10, I believe I will be a doctor. I changed my mind. I think doctor is so cool, helping patients and everything. And also, most of the children at that time wanted to be doctors, right? And then when I was 12, I believe that I will be whatever I want. I changed the plan. I can be whatever. But then I choose to be a language teacher. And this is my own choice. And I also believe that I'm destined to be a language teacher because I love words and worlds. I love poetry. I love the imagination. I love creativity. I love the, wonderful journey. I love stories. So here I am. And I meet a lot of beautiful friends, teachers that help me become who I am today. What I'm saying here is that if you try to look from your past, from who you were, and then who you are, and who you are going to be, these three, time dimension, past, present, and future, if you are rooted in your past and you know why you are here now and where you are going, I think this is a solid foundation of mindfulness. Yeah. And that this solid foundation will shape your identity as a mindful teacher. And I will read another poetry by myself. When I'm sad or happy. When I'm sad in silence. When I feel mad, I'm mad in silence. When I feel bad, I'm bad in silence. Nobody wants to feel sad, bad, mad. so I hide in silence. But when I'm happy in brightness. I look as bright as the sun, bringing happiness all around. Everybody wants to be happy, but forgets how to be. I'm happy sometimes, sad sometimes, but I'm okay. I'm human at every root, at my very root. I'm grateful to be happy or sad or mad. I am who I am for what I'm feeling. Okay, so this is the voice of identity that we rarely hear from our students. We forget that they are human beings with feelings. We always want them to hear what we say. We forget that they have voice too. We forget that they are sometimes feeling bad, sad, angry because all of their issues, but we want them to listen to us. We are very what is it, demanding to them without accepting who they are because they have voice. So sometimes in mindless classroom we give them text, read the text and answer the questions. That is what we do in a mindless learning. But here in mindfulness based learning we cannot do that anymore. We face our students as they have identity, they have voice, they have feelings, they are human beings, they have problems, and it's all right because we are all human, we have problems too. But then sometimes we don't have time to listen, right? We don't have time to be sensitive enough ourselves as teacher. All we want to do is listen what I say and do what I want you to do. You forget that they are all human beings. Next. Okay, I have defined my feelings, I have defined myself. Now can you define yourself at present? I will need 3 volunteers. Ibu Nur Zaida, can you pick 3 volunteers to tell me your state of feeling at present and then tell me why. Can you share your story? Do you trust me? Okay, Pak Amin Wibowo, maybe?
All right.
Pak Amin, unmute yourself, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Good morning, Miss Kadek
Good
and all
morning.
the audience. I try to define myself at the present. First of all, I'm very happy today because I met Miss Kadek Sonia. I would like to study more about mindfulness in English teaching in our classroom. And then why I'm happy to be part of this event. Actually, I want to be a adaptive teacher because we always change, we always find the change, especially in government policy. It is very important to teach and learn our methodology in classroom. And the third is, can you share your story? I'd like to share my story when I know the first time about the approach of I mean mindful and meaningful and joyful as the representative of this approach. I'm very excited because it is the most important emotional our student at the class before they learn about language, how to motivate them, how to deliver our teaching and learning so that the student awareness what should they do and how to make them focusing of the teaching and learning English actually in the classroom.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
very much.
sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Pak Amin is a very good mindful teacher, actually, ya. Okay. Next.
Pak Imam
Ibu
is
Prima.
here. Can you turn
Yeah,
on?
Ibu Prima.
Oh, Bu Prima.
Yes.
Okay, Bu Prima. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am, Miss Kade, Bu Ida. Nice to see you today. I'd like to try to answer Miss Bukadek's questions. First, about my feeling today. I'm so happy to be here to join with wonderful speakers, Bu Kade and Bu Ida, and also Prof. Isi, because I joined in her class too. And then I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful I didn't forget to join this event. And then why I'm so happy today? Because I'm I'm very curious about the material. The title is interesting, mindful learning, and I think this is a current issue in our education world now, and I want to improve myself by joining this program, this event. And then about the story, actually, I am really impressed with with Bukadek's poetry, the first poetry about your dream. It's almost similar with you, ma'am. But I'm worse. Saya mungkin lebih buruk ya. I'm in 30 that realized that actually being a teacher is the best choice for me because this is not just a profession, but also I feel I found happiness in teaching because I can give something to my students. So happiness is not just receiving something, but also giving something to them. Not only just English materials, but also we build together to have to be good people and better people. Thank you, Bu
Thank
Ida.
you,
Okay.
Ibu Prima. Oh my God, wonderful stories. Okay, I think it's enough with two volunteers. So first, I would like to address Pak Amin Wibowo for being very happy, and then also Ibu Prima just now saying saying the same thing, happiness. I think happiness is the foundation of joyful learning, and we also do it later on in this workshop also. If you are happy, your vibration could be felt. Your presence, your joyful energy is, is everywhere. It is contagious. Yeah, it can be felt. And if you are happy, that is, I think, the most important thing before you teach, because you are happy and you are ready to give your best to your students. And I'm thankful because Ibu Prima is happy today, Pak Amin is happy today, and I believe others also, maybe some of you are happy or sad, or maybe something else. But to me, yeah, two teachers are, what is it, feeling happy as I feel happy too. Thank you. I will continue with my material first before we continue. And yeah, do you know the power of words? Because we are language teacher, the power of words are very, very impactful to our students. Once we realize that we hold, what is it, a world within our hands, yeah, with the power of the words, we will realize that we make a solid foundation of their future. Yeah. Knowing who you are by words, accepting who you are by words, inventing who you are by words, and forgiving who you are by words. Why we need to invent ourselves? Why do we need to forgive ourselves? Because we are all having a past life that maybe sometimes makes us sad or feeling bad. But then when we invent ourselves, invent the power of ourselves and forgive for every mistake that we did in the past, we will be, walking this life with lighter steps. Yeah. Sometimes we do not, yeah, we did not forgive ourselves. We did not accept that we have made mistakes. Yeah, that sometimes we are so angry to our students, we forget that we also are full of mistakes in the past. So sometimes maybe in our deep consciousness, we were having trauma, we were having a bad experience, and it is reflected in our teaching. We become angry teacher, we become emotional teacher, and we almost always blame our students by not understanding, by not receiving enough knowledge from us. But actually we are the key of our mindful learning. Teacher is the key of our mindful learning. So that's why this workshop is actually about ourselves, relearn about ourselves, reinvent ourselves, forgive ourselves for whatever we did in the past. Because a lot of people could not forgive themselves. But please, from now on, if you are going to be a mindful teacher, please accept yourself for who you are. Because later on I will present the result of my research. One of the aspect of mindfulness is self-acceptance. Yeah, when you accept yourself for who you are, you will know your power and your weakness, and then from that you can create new self, new version of yourself. And after you are fixed with that, and then you can transfer this knowledge to your students. Yeah, you are going to be a wonderful teacher when you are growing yourself, yeah, together with them. Yeah, together with them. That is the solid foundation. So you are not giving knowledge without their presence, and you are involving them, engaging them, because you create such engaging mindful learning together with the students. So that is the power of the words. And if you install this, yeah, knowing who you are, and then accepting who you are, inventing who you are, and forgiving who you are, you will, you will accept that you are not perfect yourself. So you are starting to be more mindful. Okay. Now, this is something that is also very important. Words that we hold in our hands are coming with power. So be mindful with words, because words define worlds. Words heal, words cure. Words hurt, words curse. Make use of the words, for the world's language is the power. You have to hold it within your hands. Yeah. Be careful with the words that you are using. It may hurt your student, and they may remember it forever. Okay. Now, when the world is chaotic, mindfulness comes to the stage, because we need a mindful mind. Yeah. We need a peaceful and mindful, calm mind. Yeah, world is dying outside, world is crying outside. We have environmental crisis, we have political crisis, we have a lot of things happening, chaotic world we live in today. But mindfulness is one of the ways to make our students keep in calm and keep in peaceful learning. Yeah, imagine if as a teacher you're not mindful, how could it be? Yeah, so how do we help? Actually, language teacher is healing here. Yeah, language teacher is empowering, language teacher is loving and caring. There are so many things that we hold at the same time as language teacher. We are healer, we are we are counselor, yeah, we are helper, we are listener, yeah, because our students may face a lot of difficulty, a lot of challenges in their real life, and maybe they don't have uh, someone to talk to. So as a teacher, we are ready to listen. Yeah, not giving them so many pressure that they are not themselves anymore. Sometimes we are giving them pressure so they are not able to be themselves. And when they grow up, they forget how to be themselves. They forget their identity. They forget how they are from and who they are really. And it's too late when they are realizing when they are already in their 30s or 40s. I forget who I am because at school I was never taught to be myself, and that is part of our mistakes, really. Yeah. So yeah, next. Maybe sometimes you have this question: why are our students ignorant, selfish, angry? Yeah. So before that, we have to ask ourselves a question. Are we ignorant so they are? Are we selfish so they are? Are we angry so they are? Okay. So this is very reflective questions. You don't need to answer this, but of course, in that reflection, we can always ask ourselves first. Um, before we judge our students ignorant, selfish, angry, so we ask ourselves, are we ignorant so they are we selfish so they are we angry so they are we disorganized so they are we chaotic so they are we mindless so they are, things like that. Yeah, again and again, power of the words. Yeah. And then what happens to our education is lack of mindfulness, lack of reflection, lack of self-rooted questions, lack of self-acceptance, lack of critical reading and writing. When they don't know who they are, they don't know where to go, this is a sign of mindlessness generation. If they don't know who they are, and where they are going, yeah, they don't know the purpose, they don't know themselves. So this is the sign of mindless generation. So we have to keep in mind, yeah, that our students are human beings. They have their own identity, they have their voice. We have to listen to them, and then we have to make them self-rooted. Yeah, self-rooted. And we have to be ready with all the what is it with all of the issue that they may share, because once they accept themselves, they will be likely more mindful than if they are not self accept they if they are not self accepting themselves, right? So this is something that is lack in our education. We forget our students have feelings, we forget that they have voice. Yeah. Therefore, we also need to provide them with reading and writing, which is engaging and interesting and joyful. And I find art is helping. Yeah, like poetry, yeah, drama, yeah, and then musical poetry, and then role playing, and then cooperative learning. I find them very useful to be the bridge of our students, mindful learning. Yeah. We have to help them to be themselves. So we have to give them project that reveal themselves through listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And some of them we will try in our workshop today. Though our time is so limited, we will try to workshop on speaking and writing. And I believe that if they are, consistently given a opportunity to be themselves, they are ready to hold themselves tightly, and they will find the uniqueness of themselves, and they will be critical. Yeah, this is what I implement already. And in my research in 2024, I just finished my doctoral degree. Profesi was one of the promoters, and it was found that when the students are given opportunity to be themselves, they are very good creator of the words, of the language, of the knowledge itself, because we are given them opportunity to be themselves. Like, make your own version of your own language, invent your own language, invent your words, invent yourself. So this kind of opportunity that we have to give them, so that they are able to be the creator of their own knowledge. Yeah. Next. So this is very classical research that shows our achievement is getting worse and worse in reading, mathematics, and science, meaning that our students are not critical. Our students are not motivated to read, to do math and science. And because this is, the research, recent research, we need to believe that there should be something mindful about the learning that we should do to make them critical, to make them creative, to make them productive as a learner. Yeah, again and again, the reflection is, are you creative enough to be a teacher? Are you reading enough? What books do you read within a week? Yeah, okay, or within a month. I will share some of my books for you to read later on. So deep learning then. What is deep learning? Deep learning is a learning approach. Yeah, this is not curriculum, but this is an approach. Yeah, that goes beyond surface learning and focuses on mindful, meaningful, joyful learning by engaging the five senses: body, mind, and soul. So in deep learning, everything is calculated. Yeah, five senses, yes. Body, physical presence, yes. Soul, yes. And then intellectual, yes. Ethical, yes. Responsibility, yes. Everything is calculated. So how then you make it happen? This is the question. Yeah. And we actually already did it in the opening session by breathing, the practice of breathing, the practice of knowing who you are, and then the practice of knowing where you want to go, what do you want to be. That is a part of practice of mindfulness. By engaging five senses, you listen, you see, you smell, you hear everything that comes right in front of you, and then you regulate it. Yeah, through your mind, through your soul. So intellectually, if you do it daily, yeah, regularly, you will be more critical and creative. Yeah, there is no pressure. Yeah, mindfulness is all about giving space to yourself to be your own version of yourself. Yeah, so there is no pressure to be someone else. Yeah, or to be other character other than you are. So that is the seed of creativity and productivity. Yeah, so three keywords is mindful, meaningful, and joyful. Okay, so yeah, I will continue. So in mindful learning, Ellen J. Langer found four main criteria of mindfulness. Yeah. First is to see something new. Yeah. Always see something new. Like, for example, if you come to your class every day, for example, you will find this repetitively and boring, right? But when you are mindful, you have to realize that every second is different. Yeah, there is no day the same day. Yeah, there is no same day every day. Okay, there should be a new day every day. You should find something new. If you don't find something new, make one. You can start by yourself, make one new thing. Yeah, because if you feel that every day is the same day, uh repetitively and then mindlessly, it means that you yourself do not find yourself mindful. Because if you are mindful, you will constantly do something new. And then second, you have to make it rooted in the context. Yeah, the context is what we have done just now in the opening. Who you are is the context. Where you are going is the context. What do you want to make is the context. So do not think that context is all so far away from yourself. The context is yourself. Yourself is a context. Your student is the context. Where you are going is the context. Where your students want to go is the context. So when you know that everything is rooted at the context, you are mindful enough to start. And then the third is to be flexible, having multiple point of view. So there is no one single point of view which is correct and which is fixed. Everything is growing and then everything is developing. And what is it? Very flexible. And the fourth, create new categories. This is something that should be, what is it? Reminded. If you are mindful, you are creator. Yeah, if you are not feeling that you are, you're not seeing something new, it means that you have to challenge yourself. It should be every second is different. Yeah. This second and then next 2 seconds already different. You have to find it. Yeah, because creating new categories is one of the criteria of mindfulness. So mindful learning is a learning that builds and enhance awareness of self-presence, self-culture, language identity, and language invention. This is in my research 2024, just last year. And then big question here, have you ever helped your student find themselves? Have you ever helped your student find their true voice, their true identity? That is the biggest question. Yeah. Okay, so the core of mindfulness is actually inner peace in mind, being flexible, being attentive to new things, and non-judgmental. Yeah, we listen, we don't judge. Ya, ada meme yang terkenal akhir-akhir ini ya. We listen, we don't judge. Yes, when you listen and you don't judge, it is a part of mindfulness, but not enough. You have to be always welcoming something new, attentive to new things, sensitive to new things. Education is all about paying attention differently. Yeah. So what is the difference between being mindful and being attentive? Being mindful is creating new categories. Yeah, not merely listening, not merely attending or being present physically, but also create something new from every context that we are within. Yeah. So mindful people are likely to be creative because they are open to new things, flexible to context, have more perspective, and pay more focus on the process rather than product. And then to be able to learn, especially learning a new language, people should be mindful. Yeah, because we are language teacher, we have to be very concerned about this one. And the state of being open, flexible, and attentive to context without being judgmental are the keys to mindfulness. So yeah, mindful learners are creative learners at the end, in the sense that they create opportunities to learn something by accepting new things to come to their mind. So like writing poetry, like writing story, yeah, writing their own play or their own scenario, yeah, in speaking later on, that we will try together. So these are the practice of mindfulness that you could try in the classroom. Just give them time to be themselves, give them opportunities to work together with their friends, to think about what they want to do, and they will be creator of their own knowledge. Yeah, we don't need to give pressure, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this assignment and deadline next week. Yeah, from this page to this page. It doesn't teach them anything. It is not very useful these days. Yeah, they have to find themselves. They have to find learning meaningful by themselves. So in the context of my research, because my research is in poetry writing, so mindfulness could improve poetry writing skills and language creativity. Yeah, this is based on my research 2024 and my doctoral degree. Yeah. And then this is my article actually with Prof. Isi actually here, The Voice of Identity, the Power of Mindfulness-Based Approach in EFL Poetry Classroom. This is published in Scopus Q1. You can read the full version. It is open and it is free. Yeah. So this research said a lot about the power of mindfulness-based approach, yeah, especially in EFL Poetry Classroom. So we are revealing their voice of identity through mindfulness. Yeah, they become the voice they want to hear. Yeah, that may be kept for years. Yeah, I have one student as a research participant. She was bullied from very young age because having birthmark on the top of her lips, and she could not fight back. She always believed that she was ugly because having a big birthmark on the upper lips. Yeah. But this trauma of bullying was kept for years, like for 20 years. But then when she joined my class, my poetry class, her poetry is so wonderful and powerful. Yeah. It seemed to me that this student have very deep anger within, but she could not express it. Yeah, because she was the victim of bullying. But poetry then give her a voice of identity. It's okay that I have birthmarks. So what? I'm born with it. So what? So this is a kind of freedom that you are giving when you are giving the opportunity for the students to be themselves. But again, this is a context in EFL Poetry Classroom that I teach them poetry, right? And then this is the second research that I also do. I published with Prof. Isi as well. The representation of voice, a narrative inquiry of Indonesian EFL learners in poetry writing experience. I asked them to write a narrative about their story behind their poetry. So I asked them to write a poetry and I asked them to write stories behind that poetry. And actually, they are representing the honest and deep voice that never never exposed before. Yeah, you can also read it, the full version. It's online. So back to mindful learning in English classroom. The main principle of mindfulness is noticing new things again and again. In the state of novelty seeking, being mindful is a learning process. Mindfulness approach requires the language learner to explore themselves and to stimulate their own awareness. You have to be ready with the opportunity that you can give. Yeah, they have to be, sometimes they are not aware of themselves. So you have to create this atmosphere of freedom, yeah, and give them expression, yeah, because sometimes they are not aware, because from elementary school they are not themselves, in junior high school they are not themselves, in senior high school they are not themselves. So when is the time for them to be themselves? So we have to create, yeah, as language teacher, because sometimes our education ignore the identity, yeah. And then, yeah, I found that mindfulness in language learning could promote self-presence, self-esteem, language identity, and language invention. If a learner seeks novelty in his life or in their life, she or he could easily welcome new perspective and make it easier to learn a new language. Yeah. So when they welcome new perspective, it will be easier for them to welcome new knowledge. Yeah. Okay. And then now meaningful learning. Okay. The impact of mindful learning is, of course, meaningful learning. Meaningful learning means that the students know the purpose of learning, and they know that the knowledge is valuable, meaningful in their life. It can be used as tool in their life. It means that it is not only theory, but they have the context where they can use it in real life. And then according to Oswald, meaningful learning occurs when students can connect new information with their prior knowledge and construct new version or newer version of the knowledge. Yeah, this approach encourages active student engagement, enabling them to associate new knowledge with previous experiences and once again construct newer version of knowledge. So this is also an article from Professor David Anauer from Indiana University of Pennsylvania, USA, about meaningful literacy. Yeah, this is, I believe that if you read this, this is a wonderful start for you to teach literacy, meaningful literacy, by humanizing the language classroom, how to humanize, yeah, our language classroom, how to make our language classroom humanized. Yeah, so this is very interesting research. I also read a lot of meaningful literacy research, and this is one of my favorites. And then now joyful learning focuses on happiness of learning. It builds a sense of ownership of learning, enthusiasm, and creativity. And as I said, that if you're happy, you can sense new knowledge coming to your mind. If you're not happy, it is likely that it is more challenging for new knowledge to come to your mind. So please make a joyful learning, yeah, by engaging students to be happy and excited, entertained, something like that. This is also research on joyful learning. You can, okay, as a language teacher, you have to read before you ask the students to read. You have to read first before your students read. So a lot of research. So yeah, now I continue about approach of teaching in deep learning, literature-based instruction, like poetry writing, like prose fiction writing, narrative writing, storytelling, performing art-based education, like drama-based pedagogy, and then role play, yeah, theater, musical poetry, narrative inquiry-based writing are some of those approaches that you can use in your learning environment and make them involve not only as a student, but as human being, yeah? Yeah, how do you implement deep learning? Familiarize the students with critical thinking, curious minds, and reflective self. Ask them, how do you feel? How do you think? How do you reflect? Ask them how you can help yourself. How can you help others? How can you improve society? How can you be impactful to society? So this kind of questions that you have to give, and then challenge them to solve problems and challenge them to be creative and authentic. Yeah, do not be follower, but create your own uniqueness. Yeah, do not be proud to be a copy paste person, but you have to create your own knowledge. Okay, now maybe before we go to question and answer, yeah, this is some of the example of mindful learning in English classroom. Ask them to be calm and ask them to be rooted, ask them to breathe and so on. But yeah, I think we can have question and answer right now, Bu Nur.
Okay. Wow. Thank you, Bu Kade.
Before we go to the workshop,
Yeah.
practice. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, very insightful. Okay, Bapak Ibu, please show your appreciation to what Bu Kade has explained by giving reaction. Okay, let's see. I'm going to give the reaction first. Okay, Bapak Ibu, there will be question and answer session for the first sessions, and Bu Dian has raised the hands. Bu Dian, are you here? Can you unmute your mic, please?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Hello,
the floor
ma'am.
is yours. Mhm.
Okay, it was really nice presentation from you. And I also wonder and I want to know about what you had made in your research after this. And actually, I want to ask you, I agree that the teacher is healer, but what should we do when we also human, right? And we have so many things or so many problems in our house, in our daily life. Should we have to heal ourselves first, or we just go to the class and directly make what is it? Make a mindful learning itself. Yeah, because sometimes I also cannot what is it? Cannot solve my problems, and I have lost my mood in teaching learning. That's my question, ma'am.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
I hope that Ma'am Kade can give me a solution or give me kinds of trick and tips to teach my student,
Okay.
because my student here, if I ask them or if I go to the class, the student now in this area, they have so much motivation for themselves. I always just give them motivation every day if I teach them. But the things that happen is they just, ma'am, kasih jam kosong aja gitu. Waduh, so I just know. Sometimes I ask them to follow me, just walk around school, because I have no idea to make them to get back their motivation, ma'am. That's it. Thank you, ma'am Kade.
Okay. Okay, I have to answer this right away. I think, Ibu Dian, thank you for being so passionate and being so, caring to your students. Ibu Dian, I believe that all of us have issues in our life. Even I myself, I have issues. Yeah? As a Balinese woman, there are so many things that come all at once. You are a wife, you're a Balinese woman, you are a mother, you are a teacher, researcher, writer, community leader, and everything, and so on and so on. But mindfulness helps in the sense that we are rooted back to our core, our self identity. Why do I do this? And why do I need to do this? Yeah. Once you can answer that, I think slowly you will realize that it is not only about your life, it is also about others' life. In this context, it's your student's life. And I think if you have to take a break for yourself to just to what is it, breathe in, yeah, and to realize that you also have to what is it, to make yourself calm, you can take a break. I mean, you can like give me time for myself for 10 minutes, for example. um just after you are calm enough and you are peaceful enough, you go to classroom and ask them to like what is it, to do mindfulness session. Of course you cannot like do when you are frustrated yourself, you are angry yourself, but then just give time to yourself first before you continue to the classroom, because I believe everybody has same issues. I think more or less, yeah, we all have our own issues. And if we are what is it, too uh concerned about ourselves, then our responsibility as language teacher will be slightly making us what is it, not having a good mood to deal with our students. So as human being, of course, we can take a break before we go to classroom. And then after that, please create what is it, mindful classroom in which you are able to provide mindfulness based environment to your students. Of course, this is challenging at first, but then I think your strategy to take them walk, to take them walk outside and then see things around and make them reflect of what they are seeing and what they think about what they are seeing is one of the practice that you can do, Ibu Dian. And I
Yes.
believe actually Ibu Dian is a talented and what is it, very dedicated teacher, because you are caring so much. Even within your chaotic mind, you still find strategy to take them walk and then see outside and then what is it, yeah, discuss.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I think you have done great job.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
One thing I would like to ask you. I have that after you told me about your student that got bullying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one student, and then one student. I also um get guidance from the psycholog
Mm-hmm.
for these students, but uh the problem is the family is not giving motivation for her, and
Mm-hmm.
I also confused after I do this, I do that, everything, but now she she cannot she don't want to help herself. I confused to do what should I do, because I also asked her to make she likes writing novel, but
Mm.
yeah, but
Mm.
unfortunately, if I ask her, she never give me the result of his novels. And now
Mm.
this is the she is in 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I so confused because as long as 2 weeks she never go to school. I always
Mm.
ask her and I always check her. I always come to her house, but she just say I'm sick gitu. So
Mm.
I confused, ma'am.
Mm.
That's what I maybe you have an experience, and I would like to apply your experience to my students, because this is the last thing I have done.
Mm-hmm.
So she can graduated from the school.
Mm. Yeah.
She also
Uh,
uh,
yeah.
ever tried to get suicides for herself. I'm afraid if she cannot uh, heal herself now after graduation. She cannot uh, uh, what is it? She cannot help herself to live. That's what I'm afraid of. Thank you, ma'am. That's it. My
Thank you,
question
Ibu
maybe,
Dian.
yeah, maybe,
That's
yeah.
actually very, what is it? Yeah, hard. Yeah, that's very hard. When you are facing a big issue like this, I suggest you to come to her parents and talk about the future of this, what is it? Your student. Yeah, and I think this is not only your responsibility, and in this context, yeah, I have to say that within this context, this is not your responsibility only, but also this is a responsibility of the parents to also motivate the student. And I think this is a reflection of our society right now, very chaotic, very problematic. Then we have to also uh, hopeful, and what is it? We always have to try to find positivity behind this, and maybe if the parents could be could be invited to consultation session, and then if the parents understand the future of their daughter, I think it could be solved. And good luck with that, Ibu Dian. I hope that what is it, this big issue can be solved. But then this is not only your responsibility. It takes school, it takes family, it takes whole society actually. Yeah, not only your own responsibility in this context. Thank you, Ibu Dian. I
You're
hope
welcome,
you
ma'am.
are finding solution. So maybe one more question before I continue my material. Ibu Ida?
Yep. Would you like to answer the questions from the chat, or do they have to
Yes.
directly use the mic? Okay, from the chat, from Ibu Pipit, ma'am. From Ibu Pipit, she asks whether how to apply mindful learning, encouraging the students who has beginner level of English to study with their all five senses, while there are lesson material that they have to finish with a limited time. Okay. Seems that in short, Blue Pipit wanted to say that is it possible to apply the mindful learning while there are topics or material, lesson material that they should or she should catch with a limited time? Yes.
Yes, thank you, Ibu Pipit. Okay, now we talk about timing, right? So of course we what is it, timing is our frame right now in at school, yeah, because otherwise you spend a lot of time with breathing, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. But then the point of mindfulness is that they give them joyful learning. They have to be able to sort of defining what they are learning, and they have to be engaged, they have to be involved. Like for example, if you have small time, why don't try to make games, that they could what is it, do in groups, like cooperative learning. If it is very in the beginning level, you can do like um group gaming for like vocabulary. Yeah, like building a vocabulary game, yeah, in group. So you can, what is it, you can make group learning, yeah, instead of individual. But individual, what is it, opening is for them to be able to coming to in this mindfulness atmosphere, yeah. But then when it is in activity, you can use like group cooperative learning, yeah, through games or building vocabulary building games, something like that. So make use of time wisely, and please also give them time to create their own what is it, creativity. Maybe if it is not possible to be done at school within the very limited time, you can always ask them to bring home some of the creativity that they want to create at their home. So this is like also enhancement of their understanding of the learning activity at school. I think that's for Ibu Pipit. Yes.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
interesting.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So there are ways here to make the
Mm-hmm.
students or make the students ready to be mindful in the class.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to answer more questions or we move to the workshop session?
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe one more question.
Okay, then. This one is from the vocational school from Ibu Ratna. Ibu Ratna asks, especially in automotive vocational schools where most of the students are male, how to apply this mindful learning where interest in English is very low?
Yeah. If it is male students, most or majority of the students are male, I think it is still possible to do mindfulness because male also have identity, right? They also have their own issues. Yeah, we do not differentiate male and females. It's for all genders. And I think if they are not concentrated, please make sure that your strategy in knowing their what is it their choices or their preferences, maybe you should adjust to what their characteristics look like. Yeah, I cannot like generalize like everything could be started with meditation or breathing exercise, but if it is not working in your context, you can always what is it have options of or alternative to suit your what is it classroom needs, right? So it's okay. I think if it is male female, everything is done within the context of mindfulness. Everything can be done within the context of mindfulness. And if they are still ignoring your your what is it your guidance or your strategies, you may ask them, what do you want? Or how do you want to study with me? It's a humble question. How do you want to learn from me, or how do you want this learning effective so you can learn, I can learn, so your friends can learn? So ask them what they want to do. It is also one of the concepts in mindfulness that there is no one fixed option. There are always multiple point of view that could be implemented. You are not the only source in the classroom, so you maybe they have better ideas than you. Who knows? Just invite them. So what is your idea? Let me hear your ideas, how to make this learning possible or effective.
Yeah. So in short, the teacher should be creative to find the ways to find the
Sometimes the students also can give you a solution. Yeah, if your strategies failed so many times, then you can ask, so what is your idea? Or how do you think this could work? Yeah, ya nggak apa-apa ya, kita tanya aja.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, seems that a lot of participants raised their hands, but probably I don't know. Maybe the time is at perhaps we can continue the question and answer after the workshop, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, I will continue with the workshop. Yeah, this is the example of mindful learning in English classroom. Yeah, first, ask the students to be calm. Ask them to breathe in and breathe out until they're calm. and then ask them to be rooted, knowing where they are and what they are, and then ask them to enjoy moment of breathing and thinking, ask them to think of one story that they never forget, ask them to love themselves and forgive themselves. So in the context that some questions, we had just now with Ibu Dian, for example, maybe the students or that particular student do not know how to express themselves herself also. So we have to let her forgive herself or forgive her family. Yeah, we don't know what happened to her, but if any trauma make that painful painful thing in her heart, we have to tell them that we have to tell her that she has to forgive herself first. Yeah, and this is very important. Okay, so I think in different contexts, mindfulness can be implemented in various ways, yeah, in many different ways. And sometimes we lost our ideas, we can ask them strategy also, yeah. We are human being, maybe we are too full of responsibilities, we are full of issues ourselves, we cannot heal ourselves. So then when we lost our ideas, it is always okay to find ideas from our students, and yeah, maybe we don't know yet that they have better ideas than us. Yeah, so yeah, this is one of my stories that I could share with you. Yeah, Emily is shy and silent. Her silence is portrayed in her poetry, as she loved to write about nature, love of family. Emily felt an experience to be a mother in a young age, where she realized that she was in trouble. There were people who where she felt her friends judge her. Yeah. Um, I think this is also one of the story. Actually, this is quite a sad story that Emily is forced to be a young mother in early, well, maybe in 17 or 18 years old. And then in my classroom, she finally could heal her painful moment by writing poetry. It is always a moment when you forgive yourself, you can be a newer version of yourself. I don't say that a better version, but newer version of ourselves. So that is the importance of listening to our students' story and voices. And sometimes we don't have time for stories like this, yeah. But then again and again in mindfulness context, it is very important. Yeah. Now let us do our mindful learning workshop. This is speaking class for junior high school, actually, yeah. So pretend that you are junior high school students and I'm your teacher. Okay. So this is me. Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, thank you. So before we start, I will ask you to do breathing exercise. Okay. Please be seated. Okay. In your in your relaxed sitting, and then breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay. So our activity today is actually about a storytelling. Before that, I would like you to know where you are from, who you are, and what do you want to be in the future. Okay, so just keep in mind about yourself, your identity, who you are, where you are from, and where you are going to be. And this is an exercise for you in this what is it in this classroom. Okay, once again, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Are you relaxed now?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
if
ma'am.
you're not relaxed yet, we can try one more time. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. So, today I'm going to listen to your stories. Okay, everybody has stories. Everybody has made stories. They are all meaningful stories. I will start with mine. Okay, then we could continue. Are you ready?
Yes, ready.
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes, we are
am.
ready.
Ready, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. This is my story. My name is Kade Sonia Piscayanti. I am a mother of two. My children's names are Putu Putikpadi and Kade Kayu Hujan. They are named as poetry, for their name have rhyme and meaning. Putu Putikpadi and Kade Kayu Hujan. For me, everything in my life is poetry. Everything. My family is poetry. My life is poetry. My children, they are poetry. My sadness and happiness, they are all poetry. And now I'm teaching poetry in university. I'm teaching my life. I'm teaching my words of my life. I'm teaching the best and worst of my version in terms of poetry. I shared my feeling, my sadness, happiness through poetry. Okay, that is my short story. What about yours? Okay. Okay. So, because this is a storytelling class, yeah, this is a speaking class actually. I want every one of you try, yeah, to share your story. And I believe that there is no story better than others. Yeah, every story is unique. Don't be afraid. Don't be fearful to share your story because no story is better than others. They have their own uniqueness. Yeah. Anyone wants to start telling story in a short one? So short one first, and then we can continue with more complex one later on. But this is a workshop, not workshop. Yeah, this is class, a speaking class. I just want to have some volunteers, and then we discuss about it. What about having Ulfa, Ibu Ulfa, or do you want to share a story, Ibu Ulfa?
Ibu Ulfa, can you unmute yourself? Maybe Pak Sunara, maybe,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, Sunara, please, Pak
Sorry.
Sunara. Okay, thank you. Please, Pak Sunara.
Halo, halo, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks very much for me to I want to ask you some question about this kind of magic things about learning. I mean, using joyful and meaningful learning. I have sent my question in chat. Maybe you can see it. Uh, but I just want to say that what do you think about the students with the kind of introvert student? Because
Bapak,
if I
excuse me, Bapak Sunara.
Pak Sunara,
yeah.
we are doing workshop. You are student. uh, we are doing workshop that we pretend I'm teacher and you are the student. So we are having a storytelling class where you can share your story, not your question. So question and answer. later. Okay.
Yes, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So we can have another one who wants to share story in the context of speaking class. Now we are having speaking class in junior high school. Pretend yourself being a junior high school student. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Please, any of you unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to
Yes.
tell my sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. My camera is
Thank you.
Yes.
sorry.
Introduce yourself, please, sir.
Yes, I am Mr. Amin. I'm sorry. My camera is off. I'm telling about my story as teacher. I'm an English teacher at 40 junior school. I've been teaching there 10 years. I'm very happy. I teach my students with happiness, and I don't focus on the product, but the most important
Kamu apain itu?
myself,
Aniaya.
how to
Lanjutkan.
how to make my student awareness, how to make my student relax, and how to make them happiness. As I'm as teacher, I'm also a father. I have 3 daughters, and my first daughter is studying at medical record healthy Udino Semarang, and my second daughter is still studying at 11 level SMU or secondary school level, and I have the last daughter is her name is Alpha. She's still studying at second in primary, second class in primary, in elementary school. I mean, sorry. I'm very happy because I'm as a teacher, I'm as a father, and how to make not only my student how big, how clever and how smart, how to speak English well, but also my daughters. That's all my story. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I mean, supposed to be
Okay.
a student, yeah, bukan dek, yeah.
Yeah, student. Okay, student, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, maybe. Thank you.
Can I try?
Yeah,
Yes,
Bapak
please.
Ibu, you're supposed to be student, yeah.
Yes. Excuse me, Mrs. Cadet. Let me introduce myself first. I am Vivit from Pati, Central Java. I would like to tell you about my family. My parents, they are so kind, and also my brothers and sisters. If Mrs. Cadet told us about her family, they are as the inspiration of the poetry, but sometimes I make the member of my family as songs, or sometimes they can be like quiz for guessing anything about, but at least I use my words for telling great things about the members of my family. Is it possible to use something like them? What is as the one way for developing our skills in speaking, or maybe relates to poetry or anything? That's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. That's very insightful. Yeah. Okay, I'm curious about it. Okay. Okay, we can try 2 more students who wants to tell a story.
Me, Miss.
Okay,
Can I try?
please
Yeah.
mention your name.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy this
Hello.
morning I can come to this classroom. I'm a new student actually here. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ahmad. I'm really happy having the class with Miss Kadek this morning. Thank you so much, Miss.
Yes.
And then actually I'm really worry for speaking in front of you, everyone here. So because of that, I try to force myself to talk, to introduce, to improve my English. And then I come from was that a small family. I have one daughter. Sorry, I have one sister. And then, you know, it is hard for me for coming to school because you know that I was live in a village. There is no public transportation, so I have to walk around 3 kilometers. So I think hard for me for coming to school. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you, Miss Kade.
Yeah, thank you, Ahmad. Thank you. Okay, one more student. Hello.
Can I try, Miss?
Yes, please mention your name.
Yes, okay. Thank you. First of all, I would like to say sorry for uh maybe if it is impolite to turn off my camera due to the certain condition. Uh,
Mhm.
my name is Siti Umihani, and I am currently teaching at State Vocational High School Nual of Kendal. Okay, can I start the storytelling?
Yes, please.
Okay, good morning, Miss Kadek, and hello,
Yeah,
friends.
morning.
Okay, first of
Hello.
all, thank you so much for the chance given to me to tell you a short story of mine. I am the eldest daughter in my family, and I have two siblings, a brother and a sister. Um, as the eldest daughter of the family, you have such big responsibility as the second head of the family, right? Sometimes you need to help your parents to make a decision for certain situation, and it is a bit stressful. But if you do that responsibility happily, hope that God will also, what's it, have a mercy for your life, to have a better life, to have a happy life. And when I get a bit, what is it, getting dizzy or stress to do the responsibility, I often listen to music a lot because I like music. To me, music is such a healing tool. Just like Miss Kade like poetry, I like music a lot. To me, by listening to music, it can calm my nervous system, and sometimes it also motivate myself when when I get down. Okay, that's all my story. Thank you, Miss Kade.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. We have a lot of stories. Yeah, thank you, my students. You are so mindful today. You tell me about your family, you tell me about your life, you share your insights about life. Well, I think we have how many students, Bu Nur Zaida? I believe if we listen to all of your stories, the time is not enough, right? Okay. So we have hundreds of students today. I believe that all of you have wonderful story. You need to remember that you have to be confident about yourself when telling your story. Yeah, your story is different. Yeah, your story is unique. nobody has the story same like you. Yeah, there is no similar story to yours. Yeah. Okay, so you have to be confident. You have to be what is it? Proud to tell your story. Yeah, you don't have to be shy, like what is it, telling your condition, because we are all different, right? Okay, I will continue with my okay. Yeah. Okay, remember this. Next time, you have to always remember this, yeah? I want you to tell your story from the past, from present, or your future. Any story is valuable, yeah? Never underestimate your story, yeah? Never think that your story is too small compared to others, okay? Because every story and every history matters. Yeah. Okay, I shall continue. This is steps to recall your story. First, you can, what is it? You can memorize your joyful story. The most joyful story that you have always here in your mind. You can share it. Yeah, maybe when you first got your bike, when you first got your present from your teacher, your favorite teacher, for example, or you get a good mark, yeah, for example, you get best score, yeah, yeah, so you can share that childhood memories with me, yeah. Meaningful and mindful story, and then insightful as well as beautiful. And you can always what is it, mm, activate your memories in the past about your experience, yeah. That is how to recall your story. And it can also be a sad story, yeah, or a fearful story, or what is it, uh, the story about anxiety, everything, yeah. You can recall your story. So I do not limit my story theme or whatever, so you can create your what is it, memory, and you can, I mean, you can make use of your memory to create a wonderful story. Okay, and then this is something that you should remember: the subject or character of the story. Who is telling the story? Is it your story, or your parents' story, or your what is it, friend's story? Yeah. And then what are you doing in that story? Why and how? Beginning, middle, and end is the structure of your story if you want to make it more structured. And then setting, when and where the story happened. Do you think? Do you remember? Was it when you were in fifth grade, or was it when you were in what is it, sixth grade, or when you were in early junior high school, or where? And then when, yeah, and where? That is the setting of your story. You may add to your what is it, story. And then point of view. Okay, what do you think about your story, and what is your positioning? Whether you are the subject of the story, or you are the third person in that story, or the second person. And then the insight that you want your teacher knows, like what do you want to share with us? Yeah. Okay. This is assessment that I'm going to use. I will use rubrics, and then daily journal, since the story can be developed in weeks, yeah, not only in a day. Yeah, you can always develop your story. Yeah, maybe uh, today's story will be developed more in a more complex plot, yeah, next week, for example. So I will ask you to make like daily journal. And then narrative inquiry, if you really want to tell more about your story, you should ask maybe your parents about that. You can ask your friends whether they still remember your story, and then you can get deeper insight. Okay, that's assessment that I'm going to use to this storytelling assessment. And then yeah, any question, student? Do you understand what we are going to do? So the rubrics, okay, the rubrics actually can be about the content of the story, of course. This can be the rubric, the subject, the character, the plot, the setting, the point of view, and the insight. This is the rubrics that I want you to be aware of. So when you are telling the story, make sure that you have the character, okay? Do you know the character? Do you know the who in your story? Yeah. And then the plot, the what, the why, and the how. And then the setting, and then the point of view, whether you are the first person or second or third. And then the insight. This will be scored in the context of the rubrics that I'm using. Yeah. And then daily journal is to assess you, what is it, daily or weekly, to know that you have progressed well in storytelling assessment. And then narrative inquiry, whether you also need the involvement of your parents to make your story smoother or better. Yeah. So yeah, until that point, do you have any questions? My assessments, do you have criticism? Do you agree or not agree? Pak Ahmad Sulaiman, do you have something to say?
I agree with you, Miss. I'll follow your class.
You can say disagree as well. Okay. Pak Ahmad, okay. Oh, not saying Pak Ahmad, Ahmad, yeah, because you're my student. I don't call you
Oh,
Pak
good.
in my class. Okay. So this is
Excuse me.
yes.
Yeah, I just want to ask Ahmad. So what is from? May I know?
I'm from Solo, Ibu
Solo.
Nurzaida. I'm from SMP Alabidin, Surakarta.
I see.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
We can invite question and discussion, Ibu Ida, if we still have time. This is about speaking workshop, yeah. If you have question, you can raise hands about this speaking activity that I conduct in this workshop. Do you think you have question before we go to writing workshop for?
Can I have one question, Miss Kadek?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Actually, I have the question, the previous one about this one, Miss. I still remember on your slide there is the term humanizing classroom language. I really
Yes.
curious. So what does it mean, and also how to apply in the classroom about humanizing language classroom? Thank you, Miss.
Yes. Thank you so much, Pak Ahmad. If you are interested in that article, I can share with you. So humanizing language classroom is putting our students as the subject of our learning. So humanizing means that put them as human being, yeah, as a center of our learning. Sometimes we are not humanizing them because we want them to be machine, yeah, to answer, to keep doing tasks. We do not ask them how they feel. Yeah, that's humanizing means that put them as human. I mean, they have identity. They have stories to be told. It is very self-rooted and self-context knowledge, actually, mindfulness. Yeah, so that's why humanizing language classroom is part of deep learning, part of mindful learning, because then if you are not humanizing them, we are back to the everyday teaching, which is mindless and repetitive. Yeah, so we have to do this humanizing language classroom within the context of mindful learning from ourselves first as teacher, and then we can transfer the atmosphere of this humanized language classroom in our class. I think humanizing means that put them or place them as human with feelings. I mean, just like what I do just now, ask the students to be themselves, and then give them opportunity to be themselves, and then trust their uniqueness. accept their accept their mistakes, yeah, forgive themselves, and then things like that, humanizing. So yeah, do you get the idea, Pak Ahmad?
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's very clear. Thank you so much, Miss Kade. Yeah.
There's another questions from, thank you, Pak Ahmad.
Yeah.
Ahmad, back to the teacher, yeah, not the students anymore. Now we go to do you want to answer more questions, Bu Kade?
Yes, I want to. Yes.
Seems that Bu Gayatri raised hand. Is Bu
Yes,
Gayatri
please.
still here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Miss Kade, actually, I want to ask about some points in previous chapter about the language. I'm sorry, language 19 and 97 and 20 and 16. It's talking about some points or mind criteria of mindfulness. One of them said that we have to see something novel, but maybe it seems like challenging for us or for people that live in. So that could you please give me some tips or maybe some strategy for us to deal with kind of uh, problem like so that we can train ourselves to more love for seeking something novel in our daily routine. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Novelty seeking is a practice of finding something new, yeah, in many different contexts. So, like what I said, if you, for example, if you have passed the same classroom for 10 years, for example, you will likely to believe that everything, every corner is the same, every atmosphere will be the same. But then what is new is that your student is new. They coming with new perspective every day. And you can also create this mentality. You have to create this mentality that you are different every day. You're not the same with yourself 10 years ago, teaching in the same classroom, in the same corner, yeah, sitting in the same table for 10 years. Yeah, this is a kind of mentality. So mindful learning is a mental shift, yeah, rather than an approach shift. But this is a mental evolution in the mentality. So novelty seeking is actually not something big. Yeah, if, for example, if you believe that every day is new day, so novelty is born every second, not necessarily to be every day, but every second, right? Yeah, this is mentality.
Wow.
If you believe that your student is also changing every second, not every day, every second, right? It is novelty seeking already. Okay. And then with this mentality, you will always regard new thing from your student. That your student today is different from your student yesterday. They're different. They may have like argument with parents that change them. Yeah, they may have fallen from a door or a step, and then they have different perspective on walking, yeah, or being falling off and everything. So you have to set this mentality that novelty seeking is born each second, not every day, each second. Yeah, even if you are maybe teaching English for 20 years, say for example, but then every single second is measured differently. Ya, jadi kita juga harus in Indonesia kita harus open our eyes, membuka kesadaran gitu ya, evolusi. So this is very very deep ya, very deep and very rooted in ourselves. If you if you think that novelty is difficult to find, it means that you haven't shifted your mentality to mindfulness, because then you have to believe that if everything is the same, it is still repetitive mindsets. But in mindfulness, everything is different. Even myself now is different from myself 10 seconds in the past, because my self now knows you deeper than myself 10 seconds in the past. Do you understand that? So things like that, you should install that in your perspective. However, this is I know that this is what is it, long process. Yeah, this is not an instant process. That's why we need to practice. That's why we need to rehearse. We need to take exercise, because this is not an instant process. You need to what is it, familiarize yourself with reading a lot of things, yeah, talking, yeah, joining workshop like this. And I'm open to more discussion with you, Ibu, if you want to. And I will share my WhatsApp and email with you if you want to. After this workshop, I want this workshop is not only this time. Yeah, I said to Ibu Nur Zaida this morning that I believe that this will be what is it? Not only this time. Yeah, we will meet somehow later out of this workshop. Thank you. Okay. More maybe?
Yeah. So I was memorized when Bu Kadet mentioned novelty is born every second. Yeah, that's true. When we always learn the process of the how the students, how our class in a learning process, yes, if we carefully uh, see, I believe I agree with you. Novelty is born every second. Wow. Okay, Bugade. There are some I don't know, statement or yeah, mostly statement in they share the experience in the chat box, but are you willing to like responding to those statements,
Yes.
or we go to
Yes, please.
we invite we invite another question from directly? Which one do you
Maybe
prefer?
in chat box we can have a question from chat box. Yes.
Okay. This is from Pak Widi. Pak Widi is from UNES. He mentioned that speaking is a subject that I always avoid. I do not enjoy learning or teaching speaking subject. Perhaps any tips to make Pak Widi uh, happier
Oh
in
my
this
God,
world.
Pak Widi, thank you, Pak
And
Widi,
it's
for coming to my workshop. Pak Widi is my wonderful teacher also in UNES.
indeed,
Oh my
yes,
God,
it is.
it's hard to answer a teacher's question. Yeah, especially he was my examiner also. Okay, so Pak Widi, from my experience, teaching speaking is my favorite one, because speaking really can bridge what is it? Many worlds. Yeah, from one world, one world of the speakers to the what is it? Unlimited worlds of the audience. I think the beauty of speaking can change the world. I think, yeah, in my perspective, because I always mesmerized to see a speaker, yeah, sharing their insightful stories. And I believe that uh, what is it? Story is meant to be delivered and is meant to be told to change others' life as well. So this mentality, if we believe that speaking is one of the ways to change the world, and that's so big actually, but to me it happened that way. Yeah, so I'm using, for example, in my experience, I was teaching drama. Yeah, I was teaching drama in university. And I I wrote a script entitled Schizophrenia about what is it about a character who has schizophrenia disease, and then this character is so powerful that he could influence other characters to what is it to deliver their own stories. So I believe that by using literature or drama or theater, we can make speaking activity fun and more than just speaking. It is changing their worlds as we change our perspective as a teacher. So I never, what is it? I never see speaking as boring. Speaking is so wonderful, especially if we can combine also speaking and arts, yeah, like literature based speaking with drama based pedagogy or theater based speaking. I think we can do a lot of things out of out of speaking activity, Pak Widi. So yeah, try maybe using scripts so that maybe what is it just maybe prompts for your students to develop their own, but then give prompts and then this is the plot blah blah blah, you can develop your stories, or this is the plot but you can develop your own plot. I think that will be wonderful to see their creativity, and it is in the form of performance, not speaking like monologue. Even monologue is also good. I created 11 mothers, 11 stages, 11 stories out of mothers who think that their stories are not important. And I put them as the theater artists while they are not artists. Actually, they are mothers, ordinary mothers. Some of them are physical worker, some of them are retired midwife, and then some of them were retired doctor. But then through monologue or theater, they can what is it share their story that are often unheard by even by their families. So imagine that speaking can change so many perspective uh, of the world, because we transfer hidden gem in our lives. So put it in big ideas that speaking can change the world, and it is. Yeah. I think I'm too excited. Am I too excited?
Okay. Thank you, Mbak Katek. Yeah. What I'm saying is that I do not enjoy teaching speaking in the sense that it is not boring. I sometimes when I am in that speaking situation, it's just okay, and we can just maintain what's it, the conversation and anything. And I think I couldn't agree with you more when you are saying that teaching with drama or maybe other is very interesting for students, especially. Yeah, but I don't know. Sometimes I get difficulty to make students speak. That's
Oh yeah.
the very challenging thing in teaching speaking, Mbak Katek. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I said that I don't enjoy in the sense that what is it? Uh, I like to teach something that what is it engaging in the sense that what is it I need them to be with me as a teacher in engaging situation for talking about something. But sometimes in
Yeah.
speaking, it's so difficult for me. I think I don't know. Maybe it's just my own experience. Yeah, that's why I
Oh
think
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I rarely get a speaking class, and I think many was it teacher understand that. Okay, okay, don't give Pak Widi speaking class or something. Okay, yeah, okay, that's my
Okay.
experience, Mbak Kadek and
Okay, thank you, Pak
Bu
Widi.
Zaida. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Mbak Kadek.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Pak
for the
Widi.
response. Yeah.
Oh my God. Pak Widi is so busy with hectic schedule, I know, but he
Okay.
makes time for me in
Yeah,
this
because
workshop. Thank you
it's
very
Mbak
much.
Katek. Yeah, I think you told me before. Okay, so I try my best, and I was outside with my wife, and I go back home just to be with you in this a very special
Thank
occasion
you.
for the sharing. Okay, Thank you very much, Mbak
Thank you,
Katek.
Pak
Yeah.
Widi. I
Okay, just
appreciate
wait for
that.
my invitation for talking with my students, yeah, Mbak Katek, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Soon,
please.
inshallah, yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Talking about speaking once again, yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe this is also maybe I love speaking from the very young age. Yeah, I love performing. Like I love performing arts. Yeah, and I'm an actor myself, and I always believe that when you speak to audience, you speak your story to them, and this mentality once again is because I believe that story drives you. Yeah, not you drive the story, but the story drives you. Yeah, we have this very unique perspective that it is not the story, but sometimes we want our student or audience to listen to our stories, but then it is more than just that. We want to change their perspective. Yeah, so we can do it through our delivery of speaking. Yeah, because I'm basically maybe because I'm a performer.
Yeah, got the point, Bu
And I
Kade. Yeah.
also believe that teacher is a performer in many sense. Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
teach, you
Okay.
perform. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pak Widi,
Okay.
because
Okay. Okay, but just my last word. I think that
yes.
a man doesn't tell story.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
You just
about
keep
to,
silent and think that
right.
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. Okay.
solution.
I was,
Okay, okay.
yes, but Windy, I was about to say
Yeah.
that perhaps if the topics is about politics or sports,
Yeah.
then or Pak Windy will enjoy it.
Exactly,
Oh,
yeah, politics, yeah, and especially that we try to what is it, to sharpen students' critical thinking, yeah, with this kind of situation in our country, yeah. I enjoy to
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about this, and sometimes even in teaching linguistics, I try to talk about politics because sometimes it can drive students to engage with my discussion. Okay.
Mm,
Okay, thank you, Mbak
yeah.
Katek, Mbak
Yeah,
Nur Saida, yeah, for the
yeah.
nice setting, yeah. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Okay.
and in yeah, thank you. We can also add to that because I read literature a lot, yeah, and I believe that if teachers read more literature or more books, yeah, fiction, non-fiction, or whatever, they will have a lot more ideas. Like for example, if you happen to read like Shakespeare, yeah, Hamlet, or Romeo and Juliet, you can like have this imagination. What if we perform it this way? What if we perform it that way? Yeah. So yeah, that is interesting. And for teachers, I will share some of my references, yeah, in the Google Drive link that I will share at the end of the workshop to give you insights about literature a little bit, because somehow literature will open up your mind about so many possibilities of teaching. Yeah, like teaching with drama, teaching with poetry, teaching with musical poetry, teaching with theater, drama-based pedagogy, which is also used nowadays, yeah, a lot in what is it in our education. And then also most important thing is narrative inquiry based teaching. Yeah, yeah. I feel that when the teachers are curious teachers, it is easier. It is a lot easier to come up with so many ideas. I believe that. Okay, Ibu Zaida, bagaimana? Lanjut ya.
Okay. So,
Saya sangat
Bapak Ibu, we are
bersemangat.
going to go to workshop session,
Yes.
and this time will be writing. So, you are Bapak Ibu, you are going to be student once more for the writing session with Ibu Guru Kade.
Okay. Okay. Now we have writing session. Yeah, good morning, students, or good afternoon. Okay. Okay, so before that, I have this a little bit theory. Yeah. According to Chomsky, true human language creativity involves novelty, appropriateness to context, unpredictability in terms of environmental circumstances. Therefore, it always creates new values. This is in Agostino, 1984. So, in terms of writing, we are talking about creativity. It is never writing without creativity. So this is the key concept. When we are talking about writing, we are talking about language creativity and novelty as well. So this is why I put this as the opening of our writing workshop. Yeah. And second one, yeah, self-voice. Yeah, self-voice, self-context, self-rooted, self-identity is the meaning constructed within self to appreciate the personal perspective. It is to share the individual belief and the choice of the self. So when we come to writing, we have to be self-rooted. Yeah, we have to have self-voice because that is the fuel of our writing. So these two, language creativity rooted in the self-voice or self-identity are two key concepts in writing. If you don't have, these two, creativity and self-identity, you will likely be, what is it? You will find it challenging. Yeah. But when you have these two, your writing is going to flow like river, like river, like river. Okay. So this writing workshop that we are going to do right now is the bridge. Yeah. The bridge to the writing world. Are you ready? Ready, yeah? Okay. So this is what to write. This is a narrative on self-identity. Yeah. We can write about self, about family, about culture, about conflict within it, climax, resolution, and reflection. So we can choose this self, family, culture, within the conflict, climax, resolution, and reflection as our topic of writing. Once again, there is no what is it? No writing is worse than other writing, as long as it is unique and it is telling me about your own story. So again and again, you can write about self, family in the context of culture, and then you can build it with conflict, climax, resolution, and reflection. Okay. So how to write now? Start with a sentence from the most surprising event in your life. Continue with other linking ideas and build crisis, conflict, and climax, and then find resolution. Okay. I will. Do you have pen and paper with you? Yeah. If you have pen and paper with you, can you make one sentence and show me in your video? Make sure that it is seen, clearly seen. Yeah. One sentence. Not one paragraph, not one page, but one sentence. Make sure that I can read it. I have what? Ibu Zaida, can you help me reading?
Sure. Yes.
Yes, please.
Read. I mean, from the
Okay, Bapak Ibu, can you show, because in my laptop I cannot see the videos. I mean, perhaps the host, let's see.
Why don't we write on the chat, Ibu?
Okay, you can write on the chat also. Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Ibu Ami is already written on the chat. Arni or Ami? Arni. Ibu Siti Umi Hani also. Okay. uh, can you see in the chat, Ibu Kadek? Or
Yes,
should I
please.
read?
Can you
Should
read,
I read it?
Ibu? Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
should
please.
Okay.
Yes.
One day in the midnight, I experienced the flood that happened so sudden.
Okay, can we have another?
I mean, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, but they are not in a sequence. They wrote different
It's
things.
okay.
Is that okay? Okay.
It's
So
okay.
another one. Okay, I went to the market this morning, and then I am ironing while listening to the workshop. Okay. And then I like watching a film. Then I didn't come late to school. Oh yeah, a student, yeah. And then I feel excited whenever there is new project in my English class. And then let me tell you my happy day today. And another one is that I'm grateful. That's the last one. Oh, there is another one. I'm sorry. My daughter had gotten surgery yesterday. Shall I continue? Who got it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Even though the rain, uh, even though the rain heavily, I still go to visit my best friend. And then last month, my sister told me that her daughter was pregnant.
Okay, can we stop there? Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Yes, I will what is it? I will ask the one who write one day in the midnight I experienced flood in all of a sudden. Can I have that writer? Who's the writer of this sentence? One day in the midnight I experienced flood in
Okay, let me see. Oh, Ibu Umi ya. Okay, moment. Okay. Yes, the writer of the sentence. Okay, this is
Ibu Uti ya? Siapa? Ibu siapa?
Ibu Siti Umi Hani. Ibu.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think this sentence is promising.
Okay.
Okay. I want the others are also promising, but I think this in this sentence I see already the potential of conflict.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So when you are aware that your students' writing is potential of a lot of plots, yeah, you can give them like uh, a challenging question, like why do you come up with that sentence? In this context, I will ask Ibu Siti, why do you come up with this one day in the midnight I experienced flood? Do we have Ibu Siti here?
Ibu Siti, can you unmute yourself? Usually it takes some time, yes, because I experienced that. Okay. Ibu Siti, are you still here? Yeah, of course she is here, but probably she cannot talk. Bu Siti Umi, Bu Umi, oh here. Moment, ma'am. Moment. Oh no. Bu Umi?
It's okay. Okay. Or I went to the market. The writer of this, I went to the market. Who is the writer of I went to the
Saya,
market?
Bu.
Yes. You went to the market, and what did you see in the market? What did you get?
Actually, I want to write that I went to the market with the last money I had,
And then?
and I went to a small traditional market, and I saw dirty places, puddle in the middle of the market. But I also found happiness because the last penny that I had, with the last penny that I had, I could buy many things. So it was the wonder of traditional market. That's it, Ibu.
Wow. Wow, wonderful. Yeah. So, this very surprising sentence, I went to the market with the last money I had, is
Yes.
very promising. Yeah, is very promising. You can start your conflict there. Why do you have this, what is it, wonderful idea to tell? I think this is very creative. Yeah, this is very creative.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Bu.
Yeah. So in the context of teaching, actually, yeah. So this is workshop, but because the limitation of the time, I also discuss at the same time, Ibu Nursaida.
Yes.
And then, yeah, in the context of this teaching, I think if we give our student the opportunity to just write one surprising sentence like this, we can explore what's next. Yeah. So after you went to the market, what happened? After you bought with your last penny, then what happened? You broke, and then the next day you didn't eat, and then what happened?
Yeah,
Okay, so we are triggered to know what's next,
yeah.
and the students are likely to be more creative to create
Okay.
suspense and surprises in their writing. So this is
Yes.
like the flowing of their creativity that we can score. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
I
score
write.
their. Yes.
I myself is a writer. I write some books, but I also
Yes.
consult with the students writing. Last curriculum we have bahasa Inggris lintas minat, and we have uh, literary material like short story and poems, but not we cannot find in curriculum Merdeka. But now what I'm doing now is that okay, some students start with common genre like recount text, but I told them that in that kind of text they still can explore more about their feelings, about the conflict what is appear in the story, and etc. So it is like what is it from just from daily writing, actually we can make something surprising, something like that. And one thing that I want to ask you actually, Bu. Oh no, ini
Yes.
saya murid ya. It's
Yeah.
about
No,
assessing,
Papa.
assessing, assessing, and the way we accompany the students' learning. It sometimes is controversial. Is that right? Because we have to assess, we have to make scores in the form of numbers, and that's what I don't like. Because I really appreciate the process of my student in writing. Maybe you can give some tips later after the
after the workshop.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
Bu.
yeah. But I think I can answer it now because this is really a mixture between workshop and also question and answer because of the limit of the time. So yeah, in terms of assessing writing, we can always have the combination of daily journal where you can see the progress, but we can also have scoring rubrics, of course, because we are very scoring what is it, oriented country. Numbers oriented education also. We can always combine that our process and what is it, product rubrics. Yeah, in the context of process, we can always have daily journal to see their progress, but then in the say for example in the rubrics of the final product, we can always have the dimension of what we are valuing. Like, for example, the flow of thought, like the plot and then the characters. Is it well developed? Is it well built? The plot and everything. So we can give it more rigid dimension of what we are going to score. And the process, we do it daily already, or weekly, or what is it? Maybe weekly, daily, or whatever. But in assessing the product, we have this dimension which is more rigid, like the structure of the sentences, maybe the grammar, the
Yes, yes.
content, the development of the plot, and at beginning, middle, and end, whether is it well built or disorganized or what. So yeah, we can always have combination. Thank you so much, and congrats for your project.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Bu.
you are book writer. The same with me. Yeah.
Would you
Okay.
share
So.
your phone number later? Maybe we can
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
ask.
It is in my slide actually. I will share. Yes,
Thank
my
you, Bu Nur
email address
Zaida.
and my
Long time
number.
no see.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bu
Yeah.
Ernie. Bu Siti is
So yeah,
already here. Bu
Bu
Siti.
Siti. Yeah, we can invite Bu Siti.
Yes, ma'am. My apology. I just rode a motorbike to head village office.
Oh, take
Pardon me.
care.
So what I need to do, ma'am?
Are you okay? Are you not riding, right? You
Uh,
stop now.
yeah.
Yeah. So you wrote a sentence one day in the midnight. I experienced
Uh-huh.
flood in all of a sudden. Can you explore
Yes.
more? Why do you come up with that idea? I'm interested in your composition of sentence. We are
Uh-huh.
talking about writing right now. Yes.
The reason, or should I continue about my writing?
Yes.
Uh,
What is behind this
yes.
writing? What do you want to tell us? Yes.
Actually, it is a real experience because the last week of January, that my village uh, happened a flood in my village, and it destroyed our house, and uh, we are still in the recovery. I mean, we need to fix several things in our house, not only mine, but also the other, and also the next village of mine, also being influenced by this flood. Actually, this is the real experience, ma'am. So it is just pop
Okay.
up
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
sometimes it is easier to ask the students that they choose the theme or the topic that uh, they already experience, because it is easier for them to what is it, to pour the idea, to get the idea based on the real experience. At least that's what I often do when I ask my students to write. I often tell my students, do not think, what is it, broadly topic, but try to think a topic or theme that near you. I mean, what happened in your surrounding, or what is your own experience, something like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, that is exactly what a teacher should do. Yeah. What is it? You should like motivate your student to write their own perspective and their own voice, their own identity. Yes, I think this is very important for us to take note on. And because I believe that if you are giving space for your students to be themselves, then they are not hesitated to be themselves, because they trust you for who they are, not who they look like or who they appear to be, but really for who they are. So I think this is very good. Yeah, and thank you for sharing your real experience. That's very wonderful. And yes, this is one of the technique actually in writing. Start with what students know. Yeah, start with what students know, because when they know, yeah, they will have the ownership of learning. Yeah, if they don't know what they do, they don't have the sensitivity or ownership of learning. This is why mindfulness is important, because this is stimulating the students' ownership of learning. If they don't own their own story, they are likely to be ignorant. Yeah, this is not my story, so why should I tell you? And I'm not attached to this context. Yeah, why should I tell you? So sometimes we forget that, once again humanizing our language classroom, because we forget that they're human with voice and dreams and fears and anxiety and a lot of issues back in their head. But with mindfulness, we humanize them, we put them in the context, we put them in their own identity, and we welcome them as human being, and we are equal. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's the very core material about mindfulness. It's about self-acceptance, self-identity, and self-rooted. Yeah, so back to how to write here. Start with a sentence from the most surprising event in your life, continue with other linking ideas, and build crisis, conflict, and climax, and find resolution. So yes, if the teacher is familiar with literature, once again, yeah, literature, you will likely to know that your student is talented just by looking at their sentences, just by looking at how they are building their words and words and words and the composition of ideas. If you are familiarizing yourself with literature and you are a keen reader on literature, you know that this is very good writing, because there is a good question. Yeah, how to know good writing and how to know bad writing. If you read a lot, you will know. If you don't read a lot, you will be hard to understand what is it, which one is good, which one is bad, because you yourself do not have experience to read bad and good work. So in the context of writing, once again, if they are reluctant to write, uh, please, one is it, give them time to reflect, yeah, or give them time to just be quiet for moments to recall the memories or recall the stories, and then we ask them when they are ready, and we motivate them along the way, so that they can come up with fresh ideas. Yeah, yeah. I will share some of the book that I read, some of the books that I read about how to write books, how to write good writing, I mean, at the end of the session. So I will share. Okay, this is actually about the end of my slide. This is reflection. Tell me about your point of view of deep learning. Tell me, how do you think about the material? Please share your thoughts about this workshop and write it. Write about how you mindfully think you are doing it. Write about how do you think it changes you. And you can, what is it, put in this folder. Actually, this is wrap up. Yeah, what is it? Wrap up writing for you, and yeah. And then this one, yes, this is books that I want you to read. If you love philosophy, you will be able to maybe access this philosophy of language. This is free, yeah, can be downloaded. And then Sound and Sense, this is an introduction to poetry. If you read poetry, it will be likely you will be more creative in many sense. And then the Little Red Writing Book, this is very good writing book guide, yeah. This is by Mark Tredinnick. I bought it in Australia and it is still sold online. And then this is The Power of Mindful Learning by Ellen J. Langer. This is also can be downloaded. And I think I want to say that the more you read, the more you understand the world. And the less you read, the less you understand the world. Yeah, I think that's it. And this is my contact. You can contact me through email, WhatsApp, and follow me on Instagram. Sonia Pisca. Yeah. Okay. We can still have question and answer session while you are working on assignment. Yeah, you can put in this link. You can share in the what is it in the chat box, Ibu, ya, maybe someone can help. And there is a book I downloaded for you there. It is a gift for you all. It's a good book on deeper learning. Many research about deeper learning, and you can have ideas to teach in your classroom from the book that I share in this link. But make sure you make your assignment. Uh, yeah. Okay. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to share, or somebody, maybe Ibu Chris will share the
Yes.
link for the assignment on the chat box. But meanwhile, Bapak Ibu, we still have time to have the Q&A session. Please, if you still have things to discuss or to confirm, do not hesitate to raise the questions.
May I, Ibu?
And maybe before that, allow me to share about the content of the book. Yeah, in the book of Philosophy of Language, you will learn a lot about how language is analyzed. Yeah, how language is what is it? The philosophy of language can shape our perspective of language. This is very beautiful book. This is actually a fundamental or solid foundation of your language teaching world. Yeah, this is about philosophy. It's a little bit challenging, but it's very interesting. A lot of perspective of language can be seen from here. And also, like as simple as name, what is the definition of name? Yeah, and what can be done with a name? Yeah, jadi maybe William Shakespeare say, what is in a name? Actually, in the philosophy of language, we understand what is the meaning of name. Uh, so simple thing is defined here very beautifully. Yeah. In Sound and Sense, if you are interested in literature, especially poetry, this is the most beautiful written book on poetry. I read this and I never get bored of it. Yeah, this is by Lawrence Perrin. It has been like printed like so many times, and this is classical book, and you still can find it. And here you will find the beauty of poetry, what makes poetry good and bad, and what is what is it, the beautiful meaning behind a word. And this Little Red Writing Book is really about how to write guide. Yeah, and it is presented in the form of like novel. Yeah, you are not aware that this is a actually guidebook. Yeah, guide to write book, but he wrote it beautifully as if you read a literature instead of writing book. And in The Power of Mindful Learning, Ellen Langer is sharing her thought about mindful learning. This is one of the sources that I use for my dissertation for doctoral. And this is also very beautifully written because Ellen Langer actually is a professor in Harvard University majoring in psychology, but then her theory is applied now in education. Though she's an she's a professor in psychology in Harvard University, but now the power of mindful learning is implemented in education as well and in social field. This is 4 books. I have so many actually, but I'm afraid that the time is not enough. But I think if you are a keen reader, you will likely to be keen creator as well. Yeah, creativity starts with reading, I believe. And if you do not read, maybe there is a less possibility that you are creative. So please read more and read more. And yes, yeah, that's it. And we can continue with discussion. Yes.
Yeah. I heard that somebody has raised the voice, please. Already?
Saya, Bu. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Go, Bu Arni.
okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for the insight, Ibu Kadek Sonia. That I really believe that mindful learning is really helpful to create the what is it called, comfortable class for the students to learn. That comfortable first, and then the students will do anything, I think, with our guide. But my question is about literature. You know that in maybe in curriculum Merdeka we don't find it to be a specific material to learn by the students. So maybe you have some ideas about how we can put some writing or maybe story writing. Kalau dari naratif maksud saya seperti itu. Maybe you have some ideas about how we put those kind of literary things in the new curriculum. Thank you, Bu. Thank you. Okay.
Yes, thank you. I answer right away because this is very important matter. Actually, we can insert literature in many skills. Yeah, we can start with reading, for example. You can take piece of literature as the as the opening of the reading, for example, like poetry. It can be put like as a bridge to motivate your students to be curious. Yeah, like you remember I opened this workshop with poetry, right? Yeah. When I was 8. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. A poetry or literature can be put in any skills. Yeah, in speaking, for example, we can use drama-based pedagogy, we can use theater-based pedagogy, we can use like role playing. Yeah. And then listening also, we can listen to novels, we can listen to poetry and ask them the meaning of the poetry or novel that that they are listening to. So we can use literature in any skills, even in reading, of course, writing, even more writing, like explores their creativity. We can give them example of good brilliant writing, and then we ask them to make their own. Yeah. So we can insert literature in many skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing, as long as we read literature too. because we have to select the material that is suitable for our students. Yeah, we have to read too. We have to read before our students read. So and nowadays there are a lot of materials that can be freely downloaded And I think it is very important for us also to search and explore so many teaching sources that we can possibly use in our classroom. So Ibu Ami, I will be ready to support you with sources if you want. Just give me a text and we can talk after this. Yes? Thank you.
Thank you, Ibu.
Do we still have?
Oh, yeah, okay. Any other questions, Bapak Ibu? Okay. No more questions, Bapak Ibu?
Okay. Uh, okay, so if not, I will invite you to answer some of my questions. Yeah. How do you feel that this workshop open up your insights on English teaching and learning? Okay, can I ask Ibu Puji Nurhayati? Okay, not here.
Oh, Mbak Dian. Mbak Dian raise
Or
hand.
Ibu Tabita. How do you find this workshop open up your perspective? Thank you. Maybe you can share.
Ibu Tabita, are you here? Ibu Tabita.
Not yet. Okay, what about Ibu Susanti?
Hello.
Yes, please. Hello.
Hello. Thank you so much. It really hit me hard when it comes to mindful learning and how you start the workshop. I'm really grateful that I'm joining this workshop. I'm actually writing it. I'm writing the reflection right
Yes.
now. Yeah.
Wow.
This is
Wow, wow, wow.
what I'm writing. What we learned today is very inspiring to me. Mindful learning will definitely my major focus on this approach. I was focused to differentiate between mindful and I was confused to differentiate between mindful and meaningful learning at first, but now I guess I got the idea, the differences, and I love what Mrs. Cadet says that we should start it with our own happiness within ourselves first before we teach. And today's meeting really boosted my spirit and reminded me why I choose this path as an English teacher. And the word acceptance really hit me because I had no idea how to teach English in vocational school at first because I just start to teach in vocational school for this past 1.5 years. Before I taught in junior and senior high school. So thank you so much, Bu Kade and team, Bu Isi. And I saw Pak Widi also. I was your former student. Thank you.
I I thank you so much, Ibu Susanti, yeah, for being so mindful and what is it, so keen on learning. I think being a language teacher is not only a job. It is not a job. It is a passion. And when you are doing it with passion, you are doing it effortlessly. Yeah, beyond. I believe that Ibu Susanti is sharing the vibration that what language teacher should have. Yeah, I can sense your presence here, and I'm waiting for your feedback and writing. Actually, I believe that we are connected not only by what is it by this workshop, but chosen by universe. If you understand that we are connected by not only by what we can see, but also by what we cannot see. And sometimes what we cannot see is bigger than what we can see. Wow. Thank you, Ibu Susanti, for your insight. Can I have also two more? Maybe I will choose. I'm choosing. Okay. What about Ibu Fauzia? Is Ibu Fauzia is actually the committee, yeah.
Yeah, she is not eligible.
Okay, give to others, yeah. Okay, okay, thank you. Yeah, Ibu Nur Zaida have ideas? Okay, actually, in this writing feedback, I'm expecting all the participants to fill it, yeah, to write it. Yeah, I expect it because I will use this as a part of my research as well to shape the profile of mindful teacher in Central Java. So whether whether you are aware of being mindful or not, I want to see how you see yourself actually. So this is not a kind of ordinary feedback, yeah, but this is part of education research that I'm doing currently about mindful learning, because I believe that actually all teachers are working very hard, yeah, doing their best, yeah, to serve the students. But then we can also use this reflection as stepping stone to our deeper learning and mindful learning in the future. So this is just the opening gate for all teachers to start realizing who they are and who they are going to be in the future, because then after knowing our power and our weakness and our strength and our challenges, we can be more powerful than ever. Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you. It's
Wow,
a wrap
okay
up.
then.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's thank you so much for the insights and everything, Bu Kade. And I believe that this is the very first, most of us join the mindful learning in our classroom, because most workshops or seminars, they mix, like Bu Susanti mentioned, they mix within the three, like Pak Amin mentioned, full directly said that the deep learning, but then there is no specific specific guidance for what we are going to do with this mindful and meaningful and then joyful. So this is so mindful workshop, I think, or so meaningful workshop. Yes. Bapak Ibu, as we are approaching the near end of the event, for all participants, I would like to say some, to announce some statement from the committee that for all participants to get the certificates, you need to fill in the link provided by the committee. I believe that Chris has already shared the link, and then the link is shown on the screen. Okay, and
May I
then
have a
please also.
question, ma'am?
Oh, okay. Uh, what is
Saya Abdul Aziz from MTS 6 Violali.
Okay. Pak
Sorry,
Ibu, Mhm.
I was
Can I ask Bu Kadek first? Ibu Kadek, are you willing to
Yes,
like?
yes, yes.
Yes, okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Sure.
yeah,
Mhm.
because I have another agenda, so that I cannot join join deeply in this seminar. I would like to ask about how to implement deep learning for students in junior high school. I think most of the discussion is about literature, and I think that I didn't get some meaningful idea how to implement this deep learning approach in teaching and learning English in junior high school. Would you like to give me some insights or description or method or technique how to implement it in junior high school?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Bapak Abdul Aziz Cokro Hadinoto from MTSN 6 ya. Actually, we have done our workshop for teaching speaking in junior high school. Maybe because you were late and you didn't get our workshop. I did actually give the example of how to teach speaking in level of junior high school, and you can have my presentation. You can ask the committee my presentation. And actually, some tips for junior high school is that from mindfulness perspective, you have to be able to give opportunity for the students to be themselves. They have to be, what is it? They have to be mindful in the sense that they have this self-sensitivity, they have this novelty seeking quality, they have this awareness, they have this context rooted, and they have multiple point of views. And yes, everything has been discussed actually about the context of teaching and example of how to teach in junior high school level. So you can catch up with my material in the provided by the committee. Yes, thank you. It has been shared. Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you, Pak. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Pak Abdul. Thank you, Bu Kadek. Yeah, has been shared by Bu Chris, the PPT, and you, Pak Abdul, can also see the whole things that we have discussed or has been explained by Bu Kadek, and then the whole things that we have discussed from the challenges, the opportunities, and then also the workshops through the YouTube Teflin Jawa Tengah. So
Yes.
you can see the whole things there. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Pak Abdul. And then, Bapak Ibu, we are going to go to the photo session, yeah, before today's event is closed. Okay. So, Chris, can you stop the spotlight? Yeah, prepare your best smile, Bapak Ibu. Oh, but wait. Can you turn on your camera, everybody? Because yeah, we are going to have the photo session. Yes. Yeah, first first slide, please. Second slide. Still having giving the best smile ever. Third slide. Okay, so, and then The fourth. Thank you. The fifth. Mbak Chris, let me know when already done. The sixth, please. Okay. Next. Again.
Yeah, it's done, Bu. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Chris. Okay. Yeah, Mbak Chris, somebody asked, Pak Amin asked for the link once more. Thank you. Okay, Bapak Ibu, as we come to the end of today's workshop, I would like to take a moment to thank all of you for your active participation and enthusiasm throughout the sessions. It has been a truly insightful day, and I hope you leave with new ideas, tools, and inspiration about mindful learning into your classrooms. I would also like to extend our deepest gratitude and pride, to our speaker, Ibu Kadek, for sharing her knowledge and expertise, and of course to Teflin Central Java chapter for organizing this meaningful event. Let's continue to support each other as we embrace this new era, about learning in mindful, meaningful, and joyful time or in atmosphere, And then thank you again for being part of this year's or this semester workshop, and we look forward to seeing you in future events. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye, everybody, and have a wonderful day ahead.
Oh, Ibu Isi.
Bu Kade, thank
Zaida,
you.
what about the
Ya.
door prize?
Thank
Oke,
you,
terima
Bu
kasih.
Zaida, Bu
Thank
Isi.
Oke.
Thank
What
you,
about the door
everyone.
prize, Bu Ida?
Oh iya, lupa. Ya, hampir lupa, tidak lupa ya, hampir lupa. Oke. Bapak Ibu, jangan ditutup dulu ya. Yang mengumumkan siapa ini Bu Isi? Ibu Isi kah?
Siapa yang decide ya?
Oke, baik Bu Isi. Bapak Ibu ada door prize. Baik. Tapi ini ada syaratnya itu Bapak Ibu, yaitu yang masih di sini. Ini kalau temannya sudah terlanjur keluar, ditarik lagi ya. Bapak Ibu, yang pertama untuk yang paling datang awal ini ya Bapak Ibu ya. For those who came the earliest gitu ya. The first is Bapak Wito and Ibu Ratna. Pak Wito, are you still here, Bapak Wito? And Ibu Ratna. Bu Ratna tadi ada kok.
Ratna siapa, Ibu?
Oh maaf, Ratna Wijayanti.
Oh,
Oh
nggih, Bu.
ya.
Iya. Saya
Oke.
join sekitar jam 6, 6 a.m.
Oke, jadi
Yes.
bareng dengan Bu Kadek ya.
Nggih.
Ya. Oke, Pak Wito, apakah ada? Nanti Bu Ratna di grupnya disampaikan ke SM yang mana gitu nggih?
Oh, nggih. Alamatnya nggih, Bu.
Iya.
Nggih.
Baik, Bu Ratna dan Pak Wito. Pak Wito saya kurang tahu dari SMP mana ini. Kita lanjut ke berikutnya, apa masih ke Pak Wito? Berarti kalau Pak Wito tidak di sini ya lanjut ke Mbak Kris tadi.
Pawito is still here, but maybe he's not responding to us. I'm not sure.
Okay, that. So we still keep Pak Wito, okay? Then the next one is that those who are active. The first is Ibu Siti Umi Hani, and the second is Ibu Siti Hani. Are you still here? Oh, Bu Siti Hani is driving motorcycle ya. Ibu Siti Hani is still here? Masih nampak ya Mbak Kris ya, Ibu Kris ya?
I'm not sure about her, Bu. Not sure.
Baik, oke. And then Ibu Arni Vera. Ibu Arni iya ya Bu Arni ya, next to Ibu Isi
Thank you so much.
di layar. It's going to be very useful Bu.
Terima kasih, Bu.
The prize.
Ya.
And then Bapak Ahmad Sulaiman. Are you still here, Bapak Ahmad? Pak Ahmad. Yang terakhir, Pak Ahmad.
Still
Masih
here.
ada Mbak?
Yes, Bu. He's still
Pak
here.
Ahmad is still Chris? Yes.
Here.
Okay, Bapak Ahmad is still here.
Yep.
So, there are only 5. Jadi ini memang hanya 5 Bapak Ibu. So, biar nanti kalau ada event lagi, datang lagi gitu ya. Nanti ada surprise lagi gitu. Baik.
Wow, thank you, ma'am.
Terima kasih, Bu.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ada info lagi
Selamat.
ya.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Baik. I think that's all Bapak Ibu. Bu Kris, is there anything that you'd like to say? Announcement probably?
Nothing, Bu. That's it. Thank
Oke,
you.
baik. Ya, baik Bapak Ibu, demikian. Kita bisa tutup ya, tadi sudah closing. Jadi Ibu Isi. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Izin keluar, Ibu.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bu Kade.
Thank you so
See you.
much,
Thank you,
everyone.
Everyone, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ibu.
Thank you, Dek Sari. Thank you, Bunda Isi. Thank you, Bu Kade. Thank you, Bu Ida. Izin keluar.
Monggo.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.